I was recently selected by Hulu to exclusively experience an advanced screening of The Handmaid's Tale Season 4. Now, I had not seen the previous seasons in quite a while, so I spent the last few weeks getting caught up, ready to go. Huge Handmaid's Tale. If you've looked at my channel, you'll know it's my number one show of all time. Favorite. I was pumped up for it. Couldn't wait to see where June's adventure was going to take her next. All right, in the world of Gilead. So as I sat down and I took in the entirety of Season 4, I was left with these thoughts. Let's get into it. Holy shit, The Handmaid's Tale absolutely sucks. You want to talk about garbage TV that's gone on too long. You want to talk about a show that demonstrates character incompetency to the 10th degree. Seriously, Handmaid's Tale fans, I would love to know how you justify watching this shit. You don't have to suspend your disbelief. You have to beat that fucker into the ground 10 feet deep like you're burying a body and shower it with dirt. You got to cover that shit up so that it never emerges while you're watching this show, because the illogical decisions, the horrible suspension of disbelief that's required, it results in a show that only those with the most minimal intelligence could possibly enjoy. I don't know how this show got, well, no, actually, I do know how the show got nominated for Emmys. It's because that is a paid-off program meant to appeal to the lowest common denominator. Handmaid's Tale fans, explain to me, this bitch June, she's literally had 3 or 4 opportunities to get the fuck out of Gilead and reunite with her husband in fucking Canada. She doesn't take it. Where's the logic in the character decision making? Where's the realistic and grittiness that we see of this world? The June they're trying to portray to us is one who's not afraid to do what needs to be done, one who's changed from where she was before she was taken and forced to become a handmaid. And yet they're trying to paint this narrative that she keeps having compelling reasons to stay in Gilead. There are no compelling reasons. She's fucking delusional if she thinks she's going to get her daughter back. And that shit she pulled at the end of Season 3 was some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen, leading all those kids out of there. That made no fucking sense at all. All that did was paint a bigger target on her back. At this point, she's got a death wish, all right? The bitch gets whatever's coming to her. She deserves it. You can't argue for June's character anymore. This show is a single, utmost representation of what's wrong with entertainment in the world today. You can tell the writers, as the show went on, Season 1 was okay, Season 2 was shit, Season 3 was absolutely horrible, and Season 4 is bottom of the barrel, absolutely dilapidated dog shit. They have given up on this show. Hulu, this is what happens with all the shows. You people don't want to listen. Nobody ever wants to listen to dead metal, but this happens to all the shows. They become money trains. They're focused on profits, on dragging out storylines, on creating nonsensical plot threads that they can focus on for entire episodes without addressing the overall narrative. This is what happens when you try to adapt one book and then you run out of source material. All right, this is what happens when the writer of the original work is so much more talented than the writers you have working on your show. This is what happens when creativity's bled dry by those executive fucks over there at Hulu who are focused on one thing. They've got all these fucking idiots on the edge of their seat, biting their fingernails down to the quick because they can't possibly fathom, oh, what's going to happen with June next? Is she going to make it out? Well, we've been asking that goddamn question for 4 fucking seasons. The answer to the question is no. She's not getting out. She's never going to get out. Not because the character is incapable of getting out, but because the writers are holding her hostage in exchange for ad revenue on Hulu subscriptions. All right? The show has literally become Hulu's brand, their flagship, and they refuse to let it conclude with a fitting story conclusion and an epic finale. Instead, they're going to milk it dry until nobody's sucking at the leathery old tit anymore, and then they'll hack it off at the head, and they'll let the writers screw together some Frankenstein conclusion that tries to call back the earlier seasons and questions that it raised. It is abhorrent. Who watches this shit? Who thinks, you know what? I'm getting off work. Here's my free time. I'm going to go spend it watching The Handmaid's Tale. Fucking morons, simpletons, and people who have no fulfillment in their own lives like trash TV like this. Seriously, Hulu, I'm honestly disappointed that you reached out to me and made me suffer through this before anybody else. But as a professional film critic, this is what I have to do. I do this for you guys. I put my ass on the line and I feel my IQ points dip every second that The Handmaid's Tale is on, because I'm here to warn you and be your shield against horrible entertainment. But apparently I'm not shield enough. I predict The Handmaid's Tale Season 4 does record numbers. But it won't be record numbers of folks enjoying captivating, gripping storytelling with thick plots, tension-filled episodes, and strong writing. No, it'll be record numbers of moronic, low IQ individuals tuning into a show that can't even be bothered to adhere to its own logic episode to episode, let alone possibly craft a fulfilling season 4 in a show that should have been shot, killed, taken out back, and buried 10 feet deep at the end of season 2. You fucking clowns are going to eat this shit up, but somebody needs to tell you. We don't do special snowflakes here. I tell it the way it is. Handmaid's Tale is absolute garbage, and if you like it, you honestly should be fucking embarrassed for yourself.